welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Appreciate you guys. As you know, as always, let me introduce the crew down the road. We have Matt.
Thank you.
We have Sean.
And at the end, we have Josh.
Oh, my gosh. So excited to be here. And real quick, I'm going to throw the puck over to Matt here. Matt, tell us what
Appreciate
we're covering today.
Dude, we have some fun topics that I think we're all ready for. Some sleep paralysis.
You had me at sleep, a.k.a. nap.
I'm sorry. And also, I hope we're going to dive into those aliens because they're all over the internet and also here on Earth, apparently.
They're here. We
And
heard
don't forget the very special day that took place here on August 1st in Minnesota. We're going to cover that.
Oh, what happened in August 1st?
History.
Stay
Making
tuned
history.
in. Stay tuned.
Dude, so I was sleeping. I've never experienced something like this. The first time I experienced sleep paralysis. Dude, have you guys experienced that?
Dude, I remember the very
scary.
first time it actually happened to me. I was so scared.
Dude, I'm intrigued to hear your experience because, like, when
I just had one recently.
Really?
Which is why it's
Did
so
you?
fresh.
Dude.
I mean, it happened
Tonight.
Like
Today?
today. Pardon me. Sorry. Yesterday night.
Dang, it's happening in the
I already know it's going to happen.
Futuristic
I
here.
already know it's going to happen because it's so goddamn
Dude.
common. The demons just love me, man. I
Dude,
swear.
we're sleeping. We'd be proud of you.
They're coming after me. I swear. The veil is thinning. I'm
Clearly.
Poe over here, dude. Death is all around me.
Well, dude, so sleep paralysis, right? It's like you're sleeping. Your body is completely frozen. I forget what the chemical is that gets released so that you don't make any movements, but your eyes are, your visual is intact of your reality, but your mind is still in a like trippy state of
your sleep.
dreaming.
Yes. Yeah, 'cause
elusiveness.
You're right at that cusp of falling asleep
Yep.
and or waking up. So you get that little bit of an intertwine.
Yeah.
And that's where you can get some movement where people can like just sit there and just they're stuck with
You're
their
already
eyes,
frozen,
maybe.
you know, like
And because you're just
John's
waking
already
up and they're
shook.
going.
He's right up.
It happened
Yeah, it's like,
just
dude,
now.
PTSD, bro.
Dude, I can see it, dude. Everyone's gonna be in the camera. Like, dude, we know we
That's
had
okay.
stories too. If you have stories, we want to hear them.
He's
Throw them
got
in the
the
comments.
stories. He's thinking about his
Dude.
right now. That's why it's so frightening. He's like, oh shit,
Dude.
don't bring it up. Don't bring that one up. That one scares me.
Dude, I'm gonna hear about it. But you said you just encountered it this last night. You said
This
let's
last
hear
night.
it. Let's hear it.
I don't know everything that happened that what led up to it, but what I do remember is I'm sitting like I'm at a table, whatever, and then like one of those very weird transitions, which can only happen in a dream. Is I remember now waking up in my bed and I had like the pillows kind of over my face a little bit, so that way like you can just kind of see through like a little slit
Yeah.
of like and then I saw in my bedroom just two figures in cloaks.
What?
Shadow faces, so no face, just straight shadow under there, and then they had like swords, kind of like they're guarding something, but just watching me.
Yeah.
And dude, I kid you not. So like it was just like one of those things where like, again, like it's paralysis wise, and I just remember like, oh, don't look at him. And so I closed like the little like the little peephole sort of thing, like hoping they go away like a kid. Then I feel them on my chest. One of them literally,
my
dude, I felt the
God.
compression on, and I was just stuck there.
Oh my
like,
God.
I couldn't do shit. And then I finally like was like again in
Wow.
my dream world. I'm just like trying to get my
Wow.
finger to move, just do anything.
Yeah, and you can't.
And then once that finally like happened, I was able to like. I remember like I woke up, the pillow actually was over my head, and I like, tossed it over, and I like looked around like one of those,
Dude.
and I was like, dude, that's way too creepy because I felt the compression, and it's I hate it.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing
Because you're in that dream state, but also in a reality state. It's crazy.
ever. Yes.
I was first confused. I'm glad he covered. I was like, why does this guy sleep with a pillow over his half of his head? Like,
Yeah, no.
what happened? I have
one
more
of those
questions
things-
for that
It's
story.
one of those things where I woke up and the light was shining, so I was like,
Dude.
I put it over my face a little bit.
I was gonna say Caesar grabbed it with his paws and goes, Matt, there's a compression right there.
Dude.
Oh my
He was the
God.
one who- he jumped on my chest. He was trying to wake me up.
That's crazy. Well, that is insane.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is
it's so
insane.
scary.
That sounds.
Dude, does that
terrifying.
bring you back any PTSD? You were freaking out before, Sean. Tell us your story.
Yeah, dude. It only happened to me one time, but I was living in a basement, and I had a roommate that lived like way upstairs, and dude, there was someone there, and I felt that on my chest, and I was terrified, and I couldn't move, and I was so scared. Even after I could move and stuff, I'm like looking around, and there's nothing there, but I just felt something, and I went upstairs and slept on the middle floor on a couch, and it's weird. Nothing like that ever happened to me again.
Yeah.
Nothing haunted
Crazy.
ever happened at that place when I lived there,
Yeah.
which has that one time, and it'll stick with me the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Dude, I for sure have a demon in my apartment. I 100% believe I have some kind of entity here.
That's funny you
But
say that because,
I
like,
would say-
Sean's like, he didn't even say in the beginning of his story that he said he lived in the basement, but he didn't say he fell asleep. He just like, I'm in the corner and I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, dude, it's just, I don't think that's sleep paralysis, real. That's encountering a ghost, bro.
He's just living in the basement. Well, that's your problem.
It was
Dude.
odd.
That's insane. Dude, I can totally relate to both your stories being that petrified. And, dude, like, and yours was like kind of in a dream state, it seems like.
Yes.
But mine, when I was at my old house, and you've been there a couple times, Sean, I was in my old brother's room and I was sleeping, and I woke up, and you know how like in the dream the details are always off?
Yes.
You know, but like the pictures and everything were the same, so I thought it was up, but I couldn't move my body. And then I
Terrible
see this
feeling.
like black shadow over me, and I was just like, this is the most freakiest fucking shit ever.
Ugh.
Dude.
And then obviously it all surpasses, and you wake up and you just get this chill. It's like, I'm not fucking ever
Chills.
sleeping there
No,
good.
dude.
Dude, and there's nothing you can do. You're helpless. I
Yeah.
think that's the
No,
scariest
That's
thing
the
about it.
scariest
It's
part,
just
yeah.
feeling helpless.
Helpless,
Nothing you can do.
And
Back in
yeah.
back in like 2011, 2012, I lived with my brother in Indianapolis, and I remember one night is very similar where it's middle of the night sort of thing. I wake up but I didn't wake up obviously because there's like a demon in my doorway.
and that's what you're like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's sleep paralysis. I'm gonna say it's me sleeping, because if it's fucking real, it's another thing.
Dude, it's so scary.
You can't live with it.
You have to. I have to quantify that as just sleep
sleep
paralysis.
paralysis,
Because like that's what if it actually is like a veil being like
You're in
really
a
thin,
dimension,
like really
and
thin
it's
right
your
there.
mind, dude.
It's-
There
it
is in like
could
another
be.
dimension right there,
Yeah.
and
It
it's
could be.
so close for some whatever
Dude.
reason during the witching hour or
Dude.
whatever
Yeah.
happened, like like a Hallows Eve sort of thing where the veil is real thin and the dead get to come in, but maybe there was just like
Yeah.
one little time where
Yeah,
That's actually a good
it's just-
explanation.
or maybe
and they can't
or
see you. You
our
can see
Earth
them.
is crossing their Earth, and it
Dude.
just happens to be intersecting through space time. And
Gosh,
dude, it's such a creepy thing. There's so many fun little conspiracies or theories you can go down. with that rabbit
you can
hole.
really do anything, but like as you can say, I mean, sleep paralysis.
That's the easiest one.
Yeah.
I can wrap my head around that one.
Dude.
I'm like, I just didn't wake up all the way.
Oh yeah,
They weren't actual demons.
Yeah, I was sleeping and my head was doing it. It was a dream. I swear it was a dream.
Exactly.
Looking at these symptoms of sleep paralysis, it's
Yeah.
like inability to move or talk during sleep transitions. Check. Trying
Yep.
to cry or scream for help. That was the other thing.
That's
I
the
like
one.
was trying to
Yeah.
scream. I couldn't even
Couldn't move,
come
yeah.
out.
Nope.
And then limited eye movement. I don't know about that. I was just scared to open up my eyes.
Oh, Matt here, the sensation of suffocating or breathlessness.
Yes.
Your
No,
chest,
That's
right?
that one I didn't feel like it was suffocating, but I definitely felt like someone
Oh,
was
yeah.
sitting or standing
Oh,
on my
yeah,
chest.
that's
Like, dude,
the
I'm
next
telling
one,
you, I
chest.
felt like a body
Yep.
on me. Like
Yep.
they did a full lay down. I was like
Yep.
freaking out.
Yep.
Out of body experience,
I've had that one.
and then hallucinations. So you're
Oh,
telling me
you
that
brought- maybe we're hallucinating. I don't know.
Dude.
It was probably all the weed.
Everyone was
Oh,
just
yeah.
high. Everyone was just high.
And speaking of weed,
Yes.
and what it is now in Minnesota as
Let's
of August 1st.
go. 2020.
Take the handcuffs off, Sean. Because everyone's free because it is
Hey.
legal. Holy
It
crap.
is so nice. Recreational weed is so nice already.
It's about time. Minnesota is such a liberal state that I'm shocked that after Colorado passed, we weren't the second one. Like,
Yeah.
That always blew my mind that we weren't.
And I'm just happy to
It's
be
so
just
late.
another state that is legalized. Just
Truly. It's about time.
Yeah.
How many, it's way past.
Yeah.
The fact that all 50 states are still
Yeah.
not recreational or for even medicinal is ridiculous.
Yeah. No one should be in jail or prison for marijuana. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
You don't
It's a-
hear
it's
about
a
people
plant,
getting in
yeah.
bar fights from smoking some
weed.
marijuana.
Yeah.
It's
It's like alcohol definitely does that.
We'll just wait until they start doing weed bars, and then maybe we'll start.
yeah,
getting
that
those
guy's, you're
statistics.
probably right. You're right.
We're gonna fight no matter.
They'll be
what.
fighting over. But my sounds better, or I rolled the better joint. I rolled the
Just
better
wait. Just
blunt.
wait.
Or like you
Hey,
take
those
too
are
much
fight
of
words.
an edible and you fall back and hit somebody
Oh,
in the
man.
chest and you
Oh,
fall
God.
down. No. But no, that's crazy. It's legal now. It's another state to join, and it's going to bring so much economic relief to the city, and it's a good thing to have something that's so such a big staple. But the thing that I'm disappointed about is, they're cracking down or like not really giving licensings to all these people that want to start in a not till like 2025. Like Red
Oh,
Wing
you
is the
control the
only one I
market
read
still.
about.
Yeah. Just read that too. That's the only one legal right now that's selling. We're actually operated on
Yeah.
August 1st.
And you know what that does? Open up one, causing traffic. FedEx drivers, UPS drivers taking 4 hours to get to their normal route because of it. Like come on, let's do a little bit better. If it's legal,
but
let's make it happen.
Yeah.
But at least you can still buy it illegally, and it's legal then, essentially.
And you can grow it. That's cool too.
Oh, yeah, you can
but
grow
That's so- yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. You can hold up to like 2 or 3 plants
It's
or
8
2.
plants.
Oh, it's 8 plants?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
They're
Maybe
making
it was
it
somewhere
too-
else
yeah.
that was 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so it had to be another state that I
Yeah.
saw 2.
I think
But wow.
I think we have the biggest amounts you can have of like any state that's legalized for the amount you can have on you. It's
That is
absolutely
insane.
insane.
So I might have to take back my comment because you think Minnesota's like, hey, we don't need your money. Save your money and build plants.
That's what
Make
they're trying.
plants.
That's what's happening. Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Just do your own thing.
In your
We're
own
just
garden.
We're just giving you the market. You can do it. Yeah.
We don't need your money.
Gosh, that's a wild.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It's
though.
crazy that marijuana was originally basically made illegal, basically to get rid of hemp because it was so renewable. You can make everything out of hemp.
And the way it grows, it's really
And a
easy
shady
to-
business, man. Paper companies, oil. I believe they had a car that ran on hemp oil back in like the
Ooh,
20s.
interesting.
I don't think you're
they
correct. I think you're right.
they hate
Nice.
hemp. That's
Wow,
why
I
they
didn't know
made
that. That's awesome
marijuana
fact.
illegal. It's because of it was so renewable.
Wow.
You made
Dude, do you guys remember
paper
that
companies.
propagandist video? What was
Yes.
it? Oh my
On
gosh.
Superbad?
No, in
the,
school
like
you watched it.
1930s.
like in health class you watched it.
Dude,
Is
what
that
was
where
it?
like you're like,
Man,
oh,
what
don't
was
do
it?
drugs, and then you smoke
Like
weed
the
and you-
dude,
What the hell?
the
is it
dude like
called?
kills his wife or something.
Dude,
The
she
shotgun.
goes crazy.
It's a shotgun. A kid's like,
Or yeah, his wife.
what is
His
it
wife
called?
goes crazy, and oh my god,
God.
it is the wildest video ever.
Dude,
don't even marijuana once.
Seriously, it will. What the hell is it called? It's from like 1930s film, like very well known, extremely,
Yes.
extremely.
Yes.
well
when you know it, come in. But as of right now, I know everybody here and the younger generation will never understand because they didn't have the drug classes,
There.
Dare,
the
baby.
dare classes. Sorry, and then the videos we watched. Like I was in 5th grade, and like I thought weed was like something way else. Like we were watching a show, a commercial, and this kid smokes some weed. He's like, comes in his best friend's there, and he's like, whoa, yeah, I'm so high, man. What's this? A shotgun?
Oh my
Don't
god.
do drugs.
Was it
Don't
like
smoke
the
weed.
above the influence ad? Probably.
It's a
I
don't
bet it was
smoke
one of those,
weed.
dude.
Don't
Yeah.
smoke
They
weed.
used
There's
to
a
be
bunch
real
of
against
like
it,
the
man.
dude's like pancaked into the coat.
Yes.
Like literally.
Or the dog video, like you used to be so wanted to go outside, and now you just want to sit inside. And the dog's talking, no one questions that.
Oh my
Because
god.
the guy was high. He's having a conversation with his dog.
That
Dude.
actually is a real side effect.
That is the biggest manipulation ever, though. Like
It's a bad one.
now we all realize, like, wow, that was messed up. We just lied about all this stuff. So manipulative, and it was like, what the heck?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
You know,
crazy.
so my buddy was actually on like 10 medications. Like he had major like liver failure, kidney failure type thing. He had never smoked weed his whole life. He was in his 40s.
Wow.
Because he thought marijuana is a drug.
Yeah.
He was able to quit taking every single pill
Yeah,
after he started
which
smoking
is also
marijuana.
a drug.
That's so.
Yeah,
insane.
That's crazy.
crazy.
He was on 10 medications.
Wow.
That's so unhealthy for you.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Did you guys ever see the video of a man who has some kind of cerebral palsy or epilepsy?
Yes.
And
Yes.
he's shaken.
Yes.
And then he does like a few drops
Yeah.
of THC.
Yeah.
And then within 5 minutes, he's completely, he goes
Yeah.
shaking, whatever, and then just still. And it's such a.
Yeah.
I don't know how that could be deemed so.
Imagine,
bad.
imagine the
That's
struggle
crazy.
for that family and that person. Like this, something that is going to be beneficial for just sustainability for the human body and that person because of what they're going through. Like,
Right.
why are we
Right.
limiting
yeah,
that
yeah,
to?
Yeah, if it helps you like that.
Yeah, like,
Definitely.
dude.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like I know some people, creative types, I think even helps them work better.
Yeah. dude,
For
I'm
me
always
though,
so creative.
I would be lazy, not getting nothing done. That's why I try to stay away from marijuana. But I know for some people, yeah, it's like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
It really is. It's my number one thing. I love
Number
it.
one thing.
Yeah.
The
It
funny,
gets me going. Man. I can be so productive. Like you go smoke, and then you're like, oh, dude, I'm gonna do the laundry. I'm gonna work on my paper. If I had to do something, get some other things done around the house, whatever. Like you're not going anywhere. You're not harming anybody, and you're just being productive.
Not me. I'd be driving 10 miles per hour down 35W all the
hear
way
some
to
guy,
Texas.
Slow down.
oh no, that was
Yeah,
episode
I'm not
2
allowed to do
in
that.
season 1. Slow down. That's so funny.
So maybe I should smoke more than so not burning around residential. So
Yeah,
with
dude.
little kids running around.
I can't do it, man. I just get too paranoid, dude.
Makes
You know?
sense. Once upon a time, it used to be a long time ago where I couldn't smoke. I would get so paranoid.
You really just without
Yeah.
it?
No, I
Or
finally
you would,
conquered
yeah.
it. When every time like I quit for a long time because I couldn't handle it. It was messing me up.
Dude, I was just thinking of one of the funniest things that I watched was, and we talk about legalization, and you were talking about why they made it illegal with hemp. And I totally, my mind went to Superbad at the beginning where he's like, we're going to have this guy smoke weed and it's like the military and stuff. Have you guys seen?
Oh, yes.
And he's
in
like,
the beginning. Yes.
This shit right here is the bee's knees. This shit right here, man. Dude, wait, man, this needs to be in. Oh, this is better than apple pie, St. George.
Oh
Dude, that was just hilarious. And then the military guy goes, illegal. And I'm like, why?
Dude, there's some great stoner movies. Cheech and Chong's.
Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah.
What's the Dave Chappelle one?
Is it like the first, like, does it go back?
Oh,
or
Half Baked.
Half Baked's
Half-Baked,
fantastic.
Great movie.
What else is there? How High was good.
Oh my God, how
Oh,
high!
dude,
I
yeah.
can't even imagine how many times I watched
Dude,
that.
Yeah, that one was fantastic.
I need money. I said, shit, me too.
You might be able to put in the category scary movie. There's a couple
absolutely.
iconic scenes in there.
Absolutely. The whole mask changes when he gets high.
Oh my God, you're right.
Just like that face.
Iconic.
Why not drink a Minnesota beer?
Hey.
From a local area not too far away from us.
Dude.
Okay. So we're flipping.
Those are the best
Wyoming
6 words I've ever
to
heard.
Minnesota.
Why not drink a Minnesota beer? Best 6 words I've ever heard.
Hey, why not?
Why not? So, all right. Well, so
There you
this
go.
is
Let me
called
pop that there. Pop it
Nordic
there.
Blonde.
Thank you, sir.
It is from B&B Brewing.
Yeah, so Bent Brew Distillery is their name.
Super cool can.
It's
Oh
super
my
cool.
Wow,
God.
this is nice.
Look at the
this.
girl.
Yeah, that's
wow.
super cool.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
I love this part too. It says proudly made in Minnesota with
Absolutely.
the Minnesota.
Dude, so am
logo.
I. So am I.
Hey!
Proudly made in Minnesota.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Dude.
Product of the USA.
So let's
And I
give
thought
it-
everything came from China.
Let's go original and let's do the Cheers and Beers honors,
Dude, that's
guys.
It's an amber blonde ale, by the way. So
Ooh.
it's not
Amber
going to be
blonde.
very heavy.
Okay.
Get ready for probably a very crisp beer, not very, not bitter at all. It's going to be very
Shot.
light.
I guess I'll find out.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, very good.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, that's
It's-
tasty.
Dude, that's 5.7.
Is that really? Because
Right
it doesn't.
there.
It
Yeah.
does not taste like that. It does not taste
I
that
can kind of
strong.
taste that blonde ale that I,
would
normally taste.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
good,
it might
though.
be a little
I
at
got
that.
really
a little hair in
smooth.
my, a little hair.
I would have thought 5%, but
Luckily, this 1 out of 3 cans.
wow, it
might
is
contain pubic
5.7.
hair.
I
Wow,
hope it wasn't pubic. It was just blonde hair.
Oh, shit.
wow, dude.
Oh, Sean.
They even got a mirror on the back, so if you drink too many of these, you're not gonna be looking that pretty. If it's
Dang.
5.7,
I never do. That's okay.
That's how I started.
This
But
is
I
pretty
think- I
good,
mean,
though. This is
Yeah,
nice.
I picked it up at the local store, but it definitely makes me want to check out. Like, their can was inviting.
The can is so
Great
cool.
Great marketing. I want to go check out the brewery now.
Yeah,
100%.
it's independently crafted. You know, I like
Yes.
anybody that's starting stuff off and making it their own and not
Yeah,
gone
very
mainstream.
small, dope brewery, and shout out to them for making such good beer.
Bent Brew
Shout out.
Distillery, Roseville, Minnesota, established in 2012.
That's awesome.
Do you guys think aliens look like the girl on the can?
Ooh. No,
If
I hope
I'm
not.
being honest,
you don't
she's
really
giving me
know.
Pokemon vibe
Yeah.
with her hair. It's like the
Nine tails.
Ninetales. I think
Ninetales.
you're right. Or Vulpix, is it two? Is that the same?
Vulpix, but it has 3.
What's
The
the-
Nine Tails is lit back behind
Okay.
because Nine Tails, you know.
I don't know, man. I'm not the nerd, bro.
I do not understand the
Just
words
kidding.
coming out of y'all's mouths.
I'm kidding. I don't
Bring
know.
it
Pokemon
back
Who
to
that
last
does
well.
not
episode.
know Pokemon?
I used to know it so well.
Dude.
I actually shout out to my niece. She's really getting into Pokemon. It was great because I have all my cards.
You do?
So I went through all my decks and I went through like all my duplicates so I can send it to her and shit.
You sent her like a first edition Charizard.
You didn't have
grade,
no you
grade
didn't have
10
no
that's worth
Charizards?
like
Oh, no.
$500,000.
I don't have those. I do.
Yeah,
What?
don't tell
Yeah,
her.
don't tell her.
Not gonna happen.
Dude, John, you brought up aliens, man.
Oh my gosh.
I know we're a little late on this and we didn't bring it up before, but did you guys hear the whistleblowers? That's what they call them. But like I watched like the full 13 minutes and you know these guys have extensive backgrounds, military, Air Force, Navy, 3 different people from 3 different classes, 20 plus years of the knowledge and them doing it as a job, all the classified documents, and then just bringing up that there is different extraterrestrial that are here living with us, and there's a lot of UFOs, and they talk about re-engineering and how they're trying to apply for that, and how they got into it, and I'm just like, wow, That's so insane. Did you guys watch that at all?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was following it the
Yeah.
whole time.
Dude, I was reading an article the other day. UAPs have been recovered from the men you were talking about in these high positions,
Yeah.
and women also in the high positions.
Yeah.
When they were testifying in front of Congress, UAPs have now recovered, essentially UFOs, obviously. Not only that, they said they have non-human biology recovered.
Yeah.
What the
Dude.
hell does that mean?
Yeah, like you don't know what it is. And that's
A squirrel.
a squirrel. A squirrel. Yeah, it could be.
Dude.
I mean,
But I mean, that's the Congress, right? And the government. I mean, I just love that they just want transparency. It's like, we're a species on a planet. This planet's not ours. Coexisting is totally fine, but it has to be all transparent across.
Don't
across the
say
globe.
the government wants transparency because
That's
there's
so
still
true.
one thing I saw with this whole thing going on is the fact that they're still fighting tooth and nail to
to get
get
transparency.
this information.
Yeah.
Like you have generals at one of the facilities they went to blocking information.
Yep.
They made it super
Yeah.
hard for them to get it.
Yeah.
So we're only seeing like the littlest glimpse.
And it's that big, you know?
oh, of course,
It's
it's so
insane.
wild.
I mean, I would just love the transparency to have the same technology. I mean, I just want to get to Chipotle, 9 minutes quicker than the 10 minutes it takes me.
Oh,
We can get that with that technology.
Right? That is very dude, the technology alone that's
Could
they
be,
would
Well,
possess.
that's one of the theories behind our rapid advancement or exponential growth
Yes.
in
Techno-
terms of technology. Of course, Roswell was a big proponent of that growth. Essentially,
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
do you guys
dude.
think do you think real quick was Roswell real?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously it happened, but I'm saying, do you think it was aliens or is it some maybe not a weather balloon?
No, it was
But
aliens.
it was aliens. Do you think for sure?
too much hidden
Yeah, I
stuff
wasn't
that was
there. I
hidden.
can't.
It definitely was
Yeah.
real. Absolutely.
And
There's
it's
no
hard
question.
because we grew up when we started to be so much more self-aware. Just go back to the Dare commercials or the drug commercials.
Yep.
Like that manipulation was like times 5 to 10 times manipulated even back in the 70s,
Big time.
And
Yeah,
now
they
it's
controlled
kind of
it.
changing
How did
so
they-
many
dude,
ways.
They controlled everything, the narrative, so long.
Yeah.
And
And now
You
you
would think
can't with
it's
so
even
many
harder.
people.
No,
We're so
it's nice.
self-aware.
Yeah.
Technology brings us to more self-awareness because we get to
Very
see
true.
what's happening in this world that we can change in a more rapid space instead of in a community base. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's
Definitely.
a funny thing about Roswell, was that there's a general there, maybe not a general, but a very high official Air Force individual, and he has a document in his hand, and with that picture quality of 1947 is obviously not very good.
yeah,
And I don't remember checking it in the past couple of years, but there was a team or people probably whatever working on trying to get that information from that photo, where they would enhance it and try and maybe now with AI. We might be able
Yeah.
to get that official document down the road ever looked into.
but that's what's hard.
and
They
it's so
can't
neat.
even trust that. You know what I mean? There's
That's not true.
you're
Not
like,
entirely true. But
now you're like, oh, it looks just like one, but it's like, oh, it's been upgraded through AI. It's not essentially perfect, and it never will be.
well, that's what we're hoping
what's
that
hard.
the AI will probably be able to read those texts
Yeah.
so small that we can't, of course.
Okay.
But like now that they're getting broken down into literal bits,
Yeah.
that maybe that can be read.
That would
by-
be nice
Yeah.
if we could catch
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But yeah,
Like
it's hard though. It's
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah.
Leads me to a really cool thing right now. It was speaking of AI and basically transcribing things, is that there's old cuneiform tablets from 2500 BC, give or take, or even a little longer, older. So we'll say 4000,
Yeah.
anywhere in that range. That AI is now being used to identify that language that is now dead, of course.
Oh, that's
And
so
it's,
cool.
It's able to read
That's
those cuneiform
awesome.
tablets. So we're gonna
that is
there's
so
a whole
cool.
process of like 5,000 some tablets in a certain museum, whatever.
Wow.
That they're going to be start running them through the AI programs one by one. And try to,
God.
that will be able to distinguish what has
Imagine
been
the
written down.
information we could receive.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Chat GPT, like all this stuff's been around for a couple years, but this last year or two, ever since after the pandemic and stuff, it's been skyrocketing. And
Yes.
imagine where that's going to go in 2-3 years, because now it's skyrocketing to almost helping out with everything,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is great in some places where it can take give me 30 minutes back in our days. That's amazing. Can't even wait to see where it goes, and that's what the beauty of it is. And I hope that it just continues to give us benefit.
that's the the pro side of it. There's always the con side
Yeah.
where now it becomes self-aware, etc. And we're
They
dead.
become
Terminator.
self-aware, just like us. The government manipulates us. We become self-aware to the system.
It's gonna be a Terminator. Get ready for Skynet.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
But no, it's gonna be such a cool thing. I mean, just all that lost information that were quote unquote
Yes.
was lost,
Yeah.
but not anymore. That potentially could be known. That's gonna be so.
And
cool.
it's just someone writing some smut.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's funny you said that. Oh, let me full circle real quick. That the oldest recordings of sleep paralysis were found in Mesopotamia, roughly 2500 BC.
Interesting.
So that's gonna be there's probably gonna be more things discovered, and
That was our
like,
ancestors.
Dude.
Yeah.
Our ancestors are going to saw the same two dark, shadowy guys in
They've
robes.
seen the
as
same
you.
ones. Uh-oh.
You know what that is?
Hey.
Let's go.
Hey.
How do you do it?
T-A.
Wait, hold on. What's A?
Hey, let's go. You know what it is. We talk about it. We're real about it. Is this person in the wrong or right? Do you not like it? Tell us. And with that, pass the puck. Sean, take it away.
All right. So, am I the asshole for not canceling a boys' trip upon my wife's request?
Oh. Why did you do this to us? It just had to
Oh,
happen.
my God.
You guys wanted us to do
Oh,
it, and
man.
oh gosh, all right.
I'm already nervous.
Go
right now.
ahead,
Here we go.
Matt.
Okay.
Jeez.
So here is the backstory. Me, 33 male, and my wife, 32 female, have a 1-year-old son. Back when he was 5 months old, my friends and I began planning an annual golf trip that would take place 6 months later. As soon as we had tentative dates and a location, I asked my wife if it was okay to go. She gave me approval, and I began to plan. I found an Airbnb. I booked flights.
Awesome.
I took care of it. Fast forward to 5 months later, a couple of weeks before the trip, our son was in the midst of a sleep regression, and he was waking up several times each night. My wife still breastfed him, and he would not accept me when he'd wake up upset. As a result, she was left doing all of the tending to him during the nights. One day she approached me and said she didn't want me to go anymore, and I needed to stay home because she was afraid it would be too much for her alone. I told her that I understood why she was anxious about it, but she had agreed to me going already, and I committed about 1,000 plus, had the Airbnb in my name for all 12 of the people
12 of
going.
your boys. 12 of the boys. Gosh.
So she says, this evolved into an argument, and she was very mad that I would not change my mind. I told her I'd gladly return the favor on a trip if she wanted to go to plan one, and encourage her to do so. During my trip, she sent me texts and called me very upset. When I returned home, we had another argument about it. We've since reconciled, but I know her stance on it has not changed, nor has mine.
Okay. Wow.
Let me just add this real fast because there is a little bit of a small edit. So people wanted to know how long the trip was. So I think this is relative information. It's only a 2 days, 3 nights trip.
Oh.
So let's take that into account.
Okay, that's huge.
We need that information.
Yeah,
we need that information
We
how long
need
the
that.
trip was.
So
Yeah.
he says, is he the asshole
For not
canceling
canceling
the boys' trip?
Right.
We'll start over on the left, Matt. Do you
dude,
think he's an
that's
asshole
so
for going on the trip?
That's so tough, honestly.
And not canceling?
I need some discussion
Well,
to
no,
figure out
let-
my
let-
answer.
You want?
I don't even have an answer yet.
Like personally, I feel
Okay.
like
I can go either way.
I can go either way because
All right. So
just a
Tough.
jerk and
Yeah.
a guy. Like if I just want to be a guy, like dude,
yeah.
no way, bro. You need to go on that trip. You need that time alone. But if you start thinking about it a little logically, dude, you just have a 1-year-old now. Your wife is literally telling you, like, I was comfortable. Now it's not. Like, now I'm not. You need to appreciate those words and respect her that she's not feeling very able to be able to do that alone for the
Right.
time being, which is understandable.
Yeah.
She's waking up terrible sleeps, etc.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, very tough.
Right.
So I have like 4 point of views, and I have my answer because of this point of view, but I don't want to spoil it. I like to
Okay.
hear the gush first. So, Sean, like, what are you going through right now?
That's
So
where
you-
I want to hear your thought process.
So
I'm so
I guess
torn.
I guess from wife's perspective, yes, there's that she's not getting much sleep. You know, it's this baby's entered
Yeah.
just a rough sleep schedule,
Yeah.
so it gets tough. It's nice to have that help. And yeah, definitely. Since it was planned 5 months prior, so a lot can change in 5 months. You know, that's why it's better to book a trip like probably a month or two before.
But it is
'cause-
12 of you guys, so you kind of need like 4 right around
Yeah,
5
you would,
months.
yeah.
There's 12.
Yeah.
There's 12 people.
12 people is a lot.
12 guys. 12 guys going.
I'll tell you
So-
this: as a man, if you had 12 of your guy friends and you all send it back out,
There.
the shame you're gonna receive.
Yeah.
You're like shame,
You gotta
shame,
Yeah.
shame. I can't even imagine
You're so
canceling
true.
on that
You're
12 dudes.
so true.
Oh man,
Dude, you're just gonna hear the whip sounds,
dude.
all
Oh man,
day.
that's
So,
it.
and there's a couple of things like, so
Although,
like what you said, Matt, they have a brand new child. That's so hard. But they knew, within the 9 months of her being pregnant that, and the son's only like 1, right? So
Right.
they knew that this is going to be difficult. They should have set that expectation. She did agree that he could go on the trip.
right?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of his guy friends. She's married to, and his wife. He should know all of his friends and would want him to go on that trip. And the days it's 3 days. Let's call it that with travel
Yeah,
and
because he's
stuff
gonna get back
like that.
tired,
Yeah.
right? Sure.
Yeah. And the good thing is like he even offered her to like, hey, you can take a trip whenever. Just let me do it. It is a lot of money, and it's also her money too because they're married.
Right. Sure.
Half, baby.
That's right.
But I also think that there should have been more context to like them having more conversations. She shouldn't even be upset. It is what it is at this point.
You're right
like
there,
let the
100%.
guy, if the guy decided to go,
Like last 2 weeks.
let's not destroy
Bro,
it.
yeah.
Like what? Then he's gonna come home. He's gonna have anxiety the whole trip. He's just gonna have fun with his friends.
Yeah.
Like
This was definitely pre-planned that he was going in 5 to 6 months on a
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
for her to be that upset, I can get the anxiousness behind it, but to tell him to completely not go, I think she can be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be real sad."
Yeah.
She can probably throw those subtle hints where he knows, like, "Oh, damn it, if I don't want to go."
but you don't plan
But
on having a tough
can't
child
say it,
either.
yeah.
And so
Like,
like
we also don't know if that's their first child or second at this stage either.
okay, yep, that's it. It
Which
sounds
I would
like
imagine-
yeah,
it could be first. Yeah.
yeah.
Because maybe they were unexpected. That
Didn't they say firstborn up there?
I didn't see that. No, just a 1-year-old son.
Okay. Well, that's the thing too is, that I don't know. He's like trying to sell us his story because he goes, he would not accept me if I woke up and tried to pertain to him why he was upset. So that's why my
Maybe
wife
didn't.
does it,
Maybe didn't.
bro. That's kind of an asshole move to be like, oh, my wife calms down my son, so I'm gonna let him go. You're the father. You should try to build that connection even if you're failing.
Yeah,
But she's can
but
still
it-
breastfeeding though.
yeah, see, that's a big
No,
difference.
but when he would wake up in the middle of the night upset.
Yeah, because he's probably hungry.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what, I think
probably hungry.
that's why he
Yeah,
implied it with
growing.
that sentence.
Okay.
With the sentence right
So,
before.
yeah.
My wife still
Okay.
breastfed him, and then he would not accept me when he'd wake up in the middle of the night upset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to get the thing Robert De Niro had and meet the parents to feed the baby,
Let's
I
see.
guess.
Well, but that's the thing is like she can breast pump and it would be in there. He could have.
Yeah, he could do formula or
so
not formula.
it has
sorry, but
nothing to
heat
do
it
with
up.
eating then.
That's fair.
So like
unless-
waking
and-
up
well-
upset and
well,
you
that's-
can't pertain to your child.
I think
that,
it does. Well, that's why you're not wrong, but unless unless they are strictly doing breastfeeding, then they're not.
well, they
even
can do breastfeeding and
yeah,
pump their
you're right,
breast,
they
and
could.
everyone does that nowadays. I would feel like.
Well, it
Maybe
depends
she-
on how much
yeah.
milk you're making.
yeah.
Or maybe she just doesn't want to do the bottles. You're right. Maybe she's not making up. Who knows? Okay, that's underlying issues.
Yeah, that's
But so he like if the child wakes up upset, it doesn't say whether or not it's for food or not. All it says the child wakes up upset.
Fair.
It also says that he can't attend to the child because the child doesn't accept it and is still upset. I still feel like he's not doing enough there. And if he really wanted to go on that guy's trip and make it, he should have showed up at this point.
clearly he is doing enough because that's why she doesn't want him to leave. Because obviously
Oh.
is making a difference.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean,
for her.
I mean,
Yeah,
that-
he's lightening the load for sure.
I think though, yeah, like he's, dude, the last sentence says we've since reconciled, but I know her stance on it has not changed, nor has mine.
So it's
Because
not-
I had the best
Dude.
3 days ever, and I needed that.
They haven't really
Like-
reconciled because he's still thinking about it. And I mean, she is too.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
just said it, but they're just gonna wait for that shit to pile up and build over, and it's gonna flow on him again. Watch.
And that's the thing is like he says, I told her I'm gladly to return the favor on a trip that she wants to plan
Yes.
once. Sure. But maybe she doesn't have that quality of friendship or something because
Right.
I think she would have been okay with that. And if you're like, oh really, then you could take over the child.
I'll
and
tell you,
I'll
I don't
go on a
have.
trip.
I'm not going to hang out with 12 friends. I don't have that. So
I know,
I'm probably in
Who
her
has
boat,
12
man.
friends?
That's so
wild.
impressive. It's so cool.
Dude.
But in, like,
that's the real story here.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's wild. Have 12 friends that went on a vacation.
Yeah, that's real cool.
Usually when I went on vacation, it's like me and Josh. Like, literally.
that's the thing too. It's like you have 12 guys. Like, is it 12 guys? There's nothing that says 12 of us and my
It
friends.
does say 12.
And I would be kind of cognizant, like, dude, you're going to be in an Airbnb with 12 dudes for 3
Oh,
days.
you know, there's
like,
gonna- there's
what's
gonna be
really going on,
Oh,
buddy?
you ain't
Time.
sleeping, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't sleeping.
Sleep-
12
Yeah.
dudes
He just
up in an
skips the name.
Airbnb.
He's-
Yeah.
Oh my God, shenanigans! Oh man,
That's why
I
he
can't
wrote.
imagine.
That's why he wrote this, is because he feels guilty.
So I can see that
awesome.
too, though. His boys, it can go either two way or one of two ways. Well, like where we were saying earlier, maybe his boys are gonna kind of give him shit, or now it's 2023, and they're gonna be like, dude, we get it. You got a family. You got to respect.
Well,
that.
they do have a newborn.
So,
I think anybody
exactly.
would respect that.
You would hope so.
You have to
Unless you
make
got that one asshole in the group. You're such a fucking
Oh,
pussy.
yeah, you guys
Well,
do.
yeah,
You
you
guys
gotta-
do.
You got the one in
You
there.
gotta
guys
check-
do.
Dude,
Yeah.
your child's more
Yeah.
important than your
100%.
friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you have to. You have
That's
to make
just him weighing-
sacrifices.
He weighed the
when you have a
consequences.
baby.
Like, do I go or do I not go? Do I
Yeah.
take the heat from my wife?
I-
Yeah, fuck it.
But it is 3 days.
I'm glad he
3
went.
days. If it was a week, I would probably
Oh,
be
if it was a week, I'm on her
more
side.
concerned.
Oh,
Yeah.
if it
But
was a
just
week,
like-
that's too much.
Like
Yeah.
it's
no way.
It's 2 days,
That's
three nights, 2 days.
2 days.
yeah,
So,
that's
like,
what got me. Yeah,
He's gonna be there, leaving
That's
one
a lot
day,
different.
going to have one fun, and then leaving the next day.
Damn near.
So
Yeah.
like, or leave that night.
You,
You
have to
know,
have
so
two,
like,
you have to have 2 good nights basically with your friends, and then you're out of here. Like, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's why I'm kind of. So yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
So,
That's a tough one.
yeah.
The newborn is the.
I got mine settled now.
gosh, it's
I-
hard
I
because
got
it is a
mine.
newborn, and it's like,
yeah.
well, that's the thing is if I had a newborn, and my wife were having a hard time, and like,
Man,
there's
yeah, that's
no
a
way
tough
for me
one.
to
It's
sh-
actually tough.
if I could see it where like I know it's going to be terrible for both of them, it'd be hard because it's your child.
If there's
Right.
medical issues, for sure, absolutely. No,
Absolutely.
you say.
Yeah, if
You
you throw
say.
that into the mix.
But,
you throw
yeah.
that into the mix.
As a baby, just not sleeping good.
If it's just
she's
crying
dealing
and
with it,
not sleeping
like,
good, and it's-
I don't know. I think
I'll still with my original most likely. I'm gonna say not an asshole.
I'm
You say not-
saying
I'll
not
take
an
the hit.
asshole.
I'll take the heat.
I'm saying not
Leave
an
it in the
asshole.
comments. Give
Yeah.
us your comments. What do you guys say?
Yeah, 3 days, you know, and they already planned it. They already talked about it. They knew they're having a child.
Yep.
I get it's tough. No medical emergencies, no pertaining to besides just being upset in the middle of the night. So I think 3 days is fine. He's not an asshole for not canceling, but his wife should be more accommodating, and she should maybe apologize for
Well, I don't think she needs to apologize. She voiced her concern.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so
She
yeah.
had no reason to apologize.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's-
say
yeah,
no
probably
when
no
she
reason
was
to apologize.
texting him on the trip.
Oh, that's fair.
That's the
You're
only
right
part
there.
that I would
You're
say.
right. She probably
You don't want to say it?
She probably throwing some jabs at him.
yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Like, you're such a bad husband. Like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm trying to
maybe
play
something-
golf. And join
Yeah,
that.
but you're such a
Dude.
bad husband. Hey, where's that beer bong at? 12 dudes is wild. That's crazy.
Oh, that is
Especially if
wild,
they
man.
got like a cabin or something.
Yeah,
But-
who knows
Oh,
what you're
man.
doing.
she could have said, hey, I'm not really too happy. I hope you have fun on your trip. I can't wait to see you. And guess what? He probably come home with flowers and
Oh,
chocolate.
yeah.
Dude, you got to
yeah.
make your man
Yeah.
work for you the right way.
I like that you're making this guy out to be
And
seem like a real good guy
also-
after he ditched his newborn.
Well, dude, he's got to be. If this is a big deal at their household, obviously he's clearly doing a good job. And also, too, it would be hard for me to give up $1,000 just to not enjoy that. If I already put that money down, I can't get it back. I don't know. I'm not trying to throw away $1,000.
Maybe it means nothing to him,
Yeah, maybe.
don't
know. Yeah.
Well,
but he did write it out, so I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did write it out. Yeah.
So if he just put, I threw some money at it, but he threw the
And
specific
he didn't
amount.
stay
so
1K. He said 1K plus. And what do they do? Because $1,000 plus for 12 people, and they have one Airbnb. Like, what did they rent?
Maybe
Like,
the
Yeah,
like
so-
a
maybe the
$5,000
airplane too,
Airbnb.
So
Yeah.
that's a $12,000 Airbnb.
Yeah, bro.
Because he said
That's
it's 1K
wild.
plus. So there's, dude, where
Where
are they
were
really
they?
doing?
Yeah, what were they
Maybe-
doing?
Dude, maybe he might be because we don't know what he did on that trip.
We don't know.
And he could really be one. But
Ooh.
that's to say we don't do context. So we all agree. This is the first
Not
one this
the
season that we all
asshole.
agree that he's not the asshole.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway, let's go.
Ooh,
He cut
we're
it.
not calling it the wheel of death.
Uh-oh.
We're not calling
No.
it the wheel of craziness.
No.
We're calling it the spin wheel. The spin wheel of what?
Fortune.
Beer
Fortune,
chug.
beer chug, all the
Beer
above.
chug. It's all right.
There was
Chad,
so
you'll
many
get next
wheels.
time.
There was so many
Life.
wheels.
It's
What's
life.
going
It's
on?
life.
It could be a fortune. It could be great. It's a guzzle, so all you have to do is sit back and take. Oh, let's go.
The wheel of guzzling.
Oh
wheel of
my
guzzling.
gosh, it's almost.
Who's going to
there.
be the glizzy guzzle today, folks?
Oh my
Who's
god.
gonna-
Matt, what do we say? Press that button.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh please, dude, please don't be me today.
Oh, I kind of wanted to
All
be
right,
me
well,
today.
I'll be drinking
Go,
today.
keep going. Just stay. Yeah.
Let's go. I wanted that win. I wanted that win. I wanted it.
you
My
did
goodness,
it, man.
Let's go.
Come down. Come down.
Come on down. Come on
Hey,
down.
the big winner.
Thank you,
big
thank you,
winner.
thank you,
Wiener.
Thank you.
He is the Guzzle Glizzly champion today. You know what happens, folks? Cheers and beers tradition.
Oh,
Matt
my.
lost or won.
That's
Who
right.
knows? Pouring that fat tire in the. You just got to sit back and take it.
Dude.
Sean, do you have any
Terrible
final
pouring.
words for Matt?
All I know is he's terrible at pouring.
He's terrible at pouring.
Yeah, that's a bad pour. My bad. We'll let it go for a second.
Well, let's go.
Oh, let it go. It's gonna foam up. Yeah, that's good. All right. Are you boys ready? Are you guys ready?
Are you ready, Matt?
Here we go.
Hey, let's go. Woo, 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 woo. There it is. Woo.
Hey, he did it.
Good
job, big fella.
Good job, big fella. Speaking of big fella,
Yes, sir.
let me take this moment to show some appreciation, say some lovely goodbyes, tell us them our gratitude. Sean, take it away.
Yup. I guess we'll see y'all next time.
Yes,
Thank
we
you for
will.
watching. Thank you for listening. Please send those comments. We appreciate it all.
Oh man, dude, we
Good.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Take care. See you next week, baby.
That's cheers and beers.